I talk to real estate agents from all over the country, and I find that every one of them wants the same thing: financial stability. This is true whether they are just starting out or even if they're running a mega team. They want to get off the jet ski that is real estate. You know what I'm talking about. I just had a closing average. I have no escrows on for. What can a real estate brokerage do about that? Well, eXp has risen to the challenge, and they provide a way around it if you're willing to put in the effort. So how is eXp different? Let's take a look at this chart. The majority of real estate companies start with an international company. The international company divides the nation up into regions because the regions are going to be the salespeople to sell what? Franchises. So now here's a franchise owner and she's going to buy a territory. And then the franchise owner has to hire who? A manager. And then a manager hires staff so they can recruit agents. Here's the news flash. Recruiting agents is not new. It's the backbone of every real estate company. This is the real estate model we've been dealing with since 1906 Coldwell Banker, 1972 Remax, 1973 Century 21, and 1983 Keller Williams. Then Glenn Sanford, eXp's founder, said, we're going to invent a whole new model. He said, we're going to take the agent and put him at the center as basically the owner. We're going to wipe out the regions, wipe out the franchises, wipe out the managers, and then we're going to save all this cost. We're going to take the international company and support the agent with staff. Now that's a new model. There are 3 things needed to be the model of the future. Number 1, you need a disruptive technology. For us, that is our cloud office. Number 2, ownership in EXPI stock as an owner. And number 3 is revenue share. So that's eXp's basic business concept. Now let's flip this over and take a look at some important numbers. Do you have any idea what these numbers across the top are? $900,000 is the amount of money that you would need to have saved and invested for retirement after income taxes at a 4% withdrawal rate based on the Trinity study so that you can withdraw money for 20 years after you retire. It's kind of hard to save $900,000, isn't it? And by the way, many financial advisors now say that this is really more like 3.125%, so I'm being pretty generous here. So $36,000 is your yearly income and $3,000 is your monthly income. I don't know many realtors who have $900,000 in the bank. That's really hard to save. So now what? Well, I want to show you that you have 2 options as an agent. To achieve financial security and stability, everyone says, save money, pay off bills. It's great to do both of those things, but I should think that most of our focus should be on income. So you can just save $900,000, which will probably take you, 20 years if you're really great and are saving 50 grand a year roughly. Or option number 2, which sounds a lot better to me, would be to, if you're an agent at eXp, you could help grow the company. eXp values growth. If you watch any financial shows whatsoever, you know that companies are rewarded for their growth, right? So eXp wants to partner with great agents to make that happen. So let's say you're able to attract 6 agents over a couple of years. Do you think you could do that? 3 agents this year, 3 agents next year? It's not so bad. What if that's all you ever did? Just by selling real estate and being good at what you do. Those conversations will happen. You may already know that eXp has a $16,000 cap paid to them each year. But unlike other brokerages who give 5 or 6% off the top to these regional directors, eXp takes money off the top and pays it to their agents who help grow the company. So guess how much eXp gives you as a thank you? For each agent, let's assume all 6 are cappers, $2,800 each per year. Now you're going to know why I chose the number 6. 6 times 2,800 is $16,800. You just paid your cap. Does your current brokerage have something like that where within a couple of years you could pretty easily pay your own cap? Let me repeat that. Just by attracting 6 capping agents, you've covered your own cap. Now here's the really exciting part. We have a second tier, and I guarantee you, when Susie from Coldwell Banker decides eXp is where she wants to be, she wants to bring a buddy. It just happens that way. So let's just say each one of those 6 brings 1 person over 2 years. Is that possible? That's very possible. So there are 6 of these on level 2. Guess how much eXp is going to give you for each one of those? Most people will guess that if they're cappers, they would give us about half of that, which would be $1,400. It's actually $3,200 per person in that second level. Times 6 is $19,200. You add those together, you get $36,000 a year or $3,000 per month. For 12 capping agents, and you only found 6 of them personally. And for me, here's the heart of the matter. When founder Glenn Sanford was asked, so you're going to pay more on the second level than the first? He said it's going to be the best teamwork ever done in real estate. We're all going to help each other. So you have a choice. Are you going to save $900,000 or are you going to attract 6 agents and help them attract 1 each? I don't care if it's 3 or 4 years. And hey, guess what? I only showed you 2 levels. There's a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th level we haven't even talked about because they know people who know people who know people. We'll talk about that another time. One more page of numbers I want you to see. Let's say you're really a rock star and you are doing great and you have managed to save $4.5 million. 4% pulled out per year is $180,000 a year for 20 years, $15,000 a month. Would that not be amazing? How long would it take you to save $4.5 million? Or could you even do it ever? So let's find another way to generate that same income. I want to tell you a story about an EXP friend of mine named Gene. Gene asked his daughter Nicole, who's also an agent, hey, let's make you a 3-year plan. In 3 years, do you think you could find 10 agents who are looking for a better option and attract them to EXP? She said, sure. He said, okay. So 10 times that 2,800, we know our numbers, is $28,000 a year right there. But your real job, Nicole, is not just to do that, but to help those 10 find 10 each over the course of the next 3 to 4 years. Now, what happens in real life? One of the 10 is a real go-getter and attracts 40. One of them gets 30, one gets 20, one gets 10, and the other 6 don't bring anyone on. But that's okay. Those 6 don't leave. They love our company. They love our stock, our training. They love KV Core. They're just selling real estate, business as usual. So Nicole said, well, Dad, they won't all be cappers. So he said, okay, fair enough. Let's say that we're going to find 10 that are nearly half cappers. So let's cut this in half and we bring it down to $180,000 a year. See, we've cut it again down to $15,000 a year, a month actually. And we've got 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. So Nicole goes out and she's just crushing it for 3 months, calling all the agents she knows. Then life happens. She gets engaged, she gets married, got pregnant. For 2 years, she was out doing nothing with real estate. Then she got active again about 1.5 years ago. So total of less than 2 years ago. And I can tell you that her revenue share checks are actually more than we're using in our example. So you may be thinking, what if it's hard to bring agents on? Well, you can always go with the other choice and save $4.5 million. Which one do you think is harder? Saving that much money or attracting 10 agents and helping them find more great agents themselves? I actually know people who make a whole lot more than this, so they would have to save a crazy amount up here. But the choice is yours, my friend. This is just the tip of the iceberg, so if you are ready to plunge below the surface, just reach out to me at my contact below.